All right, so here's what the wax rim looks like as I did my border molding. The first thing I want to look for is any show through right here. That is potentially where the tissue was being displaced so much that there was no PVS material there. That would be a sore spot in the future, and or it would be an area of inadequate seal. So I want to trim that away, not only vertically, but horizontally. So I'm going to do that in a second. This area in the front here, this area over here looks good. In the posterior area, I can see fairly good anatomy of the posterior palatal seal, the hamular notch, the hamular notch. I'm going to reline this with light body, and it's going to capture some really good detail. The thing I want to be careful of is not putting too much heavy body. Why? Heavy body displaces tissue very extensively. The more material I put back here, the more likely I'm going to get this. I'm going to seat it up, and it's going to give me an inaccurate occlusal plane, which is okay if I then go through and redo the occlusal rim. That occlusal rim is where it needed to be when I didn't have any material there. As you seat this in, always think about the viscosity of the impression material, making sure that you don't get a rock to it to some degree, and if you do, make sure that you account for it. So when we're done with this, we're going to use a Fox plane to make sure that our occlusal plane is where it needs to be. So let's go ahead and trim these areas here. I'm also going to reduce this thickness here. So I'm getting a little bit of movement of the PVS material there. So I don't want to get too aggressive with that. I'm going to use a number 12 or a number 15 or 25 blade to get that. This is probably the most important part of what I'm doing today, right here. Good. So we'll be back. I'm going to use a number 12 to remove this extra thickness here, which I may or may not want at the end, but I want to see how her lip support is without it first. I might add some after.